So, welcome, beautiful goddesses and priestesses, to the Get Your Goddess Groove On community radio. And I am your host today. I'm Laura Mavenstar, and I'm super, super excited to be with you here today to share in a beautiful, inspiring, healing, uplifting conversation here. And I have a beautiful expert goddess speaker with me today, Marlenea Johnson, and I'm excited to have Marlenea come and speak with us today. And this is her first time joining us on the Goddess Radio show, and can't wait to dive into this beautiful topic that we're going to be talking about today um, with Marlenea, who's going to be sharing her expertise with us on the importance of house cleaning, and not just about any house cleaning, but about including the concepts around energy of Feng Shui. So I love Feng Shui, and I think it's a beautiful, powerful topic for all of us today, that all of us can benefit, and pull something out of this conversation today, because we all have our homes to maintain. We have our workspaces that we go to. We have our community places that we go to. We even have our vehicles, right? That we're spending time in. So let's dive into our beautiful conversation today, and welcome to those who are not only live with us here on Zoom, but also on Facebook. So I am streaming to Facebook in the Goddess Groove podcast community. And if you want to put your comments in, I can see those and read those as well. So thank you for joining us. And also, there will be a replay that will be sent out of this beautiful show later today. And if you'd like to sign up to receive all of our inspirational shows and healing topics, you can go to my website, which is www.lauramavenstar.com. That's all one word. Okay, so let me go ahead and introduce our beautiful goddess speaker today, Marlenea Johnson. She's a classical Feng Shui advisor and home psychic. I love that. And she is internationally known as a master manifester, an abundant life coach, a motivational speaker, a classical Feng Shui advisor. She is a light worker, intuitive energy healer, a clairvoyant angel channeler. Love that. And she's been featured in the New York Times. She has been a guest speaker on the TV show Jesus Loves You, where she shared her miraculous angelic experiences. Would love to know more about that today, too, Marlenea. And she has been a keynote speaker and advisor on Keen, and she's been listed in the Who's Who in as an exceptional woman entrepreneur in 2020, 21, and 22. And she's also a speaker on many global telesummits, which is where I found out about your work, Marlenea. But yet, this is our first time actually meeting in person, but I've been following your work for a while. So, our show topic today is the importance of house cleaning. And we're going to be taking a deep dive today into the importance of house cleaning, the way our environment is impacting us and affecting us in every area of our lives. So let's dive right in. And Marlenea, welcome to our show today. I'm so super excited to have you and to talk about this wonderful topic. And why don't we get started with a little bit about, could you just share with us a little bit about your own personal journey and how you got into this subject matter yourself?
Oh, well, thank you for allowing me this time and space with you. Um, Today, first of all, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm like, this is so cool.
Kinda. We
This
can see it a
little
little
wand
bit.
that okay, all right, I'm gonna bring it up as high as I can. Because I have this little photo on my screen right now, but there's this little wand here, right, shaped like a star, and it's covered in the chakra colors, and I had to get it. It's like, you are my new wand for today. So being the goddess, we have to have our star, right, shining. So before we even begin today, I'm just gonna wave this magic wand over this beautiful Goddess Radio live show and bring in the energy right now to just raise up the vibration. All right. Raise up the entire vibration over this radio show right now and over us, all of us listening right now. Just clear all energy that is negatively affecting us, dragging us down or whatever, pulling us backward or making us nervous or whatever. Let's just clear all that now before we begin. This is going to be a rather interesting call today. You had asked me basically how I got started. I know before I came down here that, I was on some kind of a special mission. Um, wow, it was a bumpy ride because my mom, first of all, she took the pill, and almost my whole life I kept hearing, "You're a mistake. You weren't supposed to be here." And I said, "Well, the pill doesn't work when you're supposed to be here." We have this argument, and I get the other thing where, you'll never amount to nothing, blah, 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 shut up. So I'm like, all right. So I locked myself in the room, got depression, started writing poetry and things. And that's when like the angels would come, and it was just a wild ride. They would, say stuff to me or whatever. And I'm like, you can't tell nobody, you know what I mean? Because no one will believe you anyway, but they'll see the results. So I just was like, okay, and uh, kept going on my mission. And I would think I was learning, first of all, to learn to forgive, those that were naysayers, we'll call them, dragging you down, trying to steal your light, your joy, stop you from your mission. Don't let them do it, people. Don't give them any permission. So um, after all that, I started to, um, you know, grow up a little bit. And when I was around 9, 10, my family had a lot of moving they would do. But around that time, they started to say to me, uh, you go to the new place. So they dropped me off. We're going and get the stuff and we're going to bring it over here. You set it up. Right. I'm like, okay, I'm 9 years old. I'm pushing sofas and beds and whatever. But I would be cleaning the house first, normal cleaning, sweeping, mopping, whatever, cleaning out tubs, sinks, like Cinderella. And I'm like, I'm in training. See, the universe put me in training, this is how you're going to go. And I'm like, and you fight it all the way, don't we? And I'm like, what the heck am I, adopted Cinderella? They hate me, is what I thought. So I would set it up. I picked my own room and all that. And then, it got stronger and stronger after that. And people would call me and say, come on over here. And I'd go over their house and they're like, can you help me? This room looks so cluttered and I can't even get through. And I'm like, well, if we move this over there, move that over there. And I would do it with them. And then they're like, awesome. Look at how big the room is. I go, it was this size anyway. You just had the furniture wrong. And then they say, I want to paint the walls to match these curtains. I said, well, let's go. We're going to the store. We got to take the curtains. I said, no, we don't. My mind remembered the color and it would be the perfect paint color. It was a gift, I'm like, all right. And then when I got married, okay, we lived in a apartment, which was perfect. Everything was going great there. All right. And then our lease ran out on a certain date. Well, we knew it was coming and he wanted to buy a house. And I'm like, all right, well, I was just sharing this with you, Laura, a little bit. And we're coming down the street and he sees a house for sale by owner. And I'm like, it's 8 at night. You can't go there. Yes, I can. So he pulls in the driveway and I said, I don't like this house. And he says, you're crazy. I said, no, I'm not. I don't like this house. Right. And so we ring the bell and the lady comes out. It looked like something from the 70s inside. I'm not kidding. And in the living room itself had purple walls, okay, and a green carpet that really should be outside, the grassy kind where the grass things are sticking up. I'm like, ouch. She had one little organ in there and a couple boxes. And I'm like, all right. And they had a swimming pool and they covered it over. So I said, why'd you cover the pool over? And she's like, oh, this thing broke on it. So we thought the house would sell better. Well, I didn't know nothing about the home. but I found out later that was a lie. So anyway, we're in there for a while. We move in, paint the kitchen. It was horrible. It had those big flowers on it, like from the dating game, bigger than the flower on your screen, all orangey and yellow. And I'm like, that's got to go. So we, did our best. And then it wasn't too long after living there, I would be in my home and, spirits were coming, right? And I'm like, get out, right? I was getting nervous and scared. Um, Ghost or whatever you want to call them. They would appear, they would, say some junk. I'm trying to sleep. They wake me up, do stuff. And I'm like, oh. And then when I had my daughter, they were bugging her. So we both knew it. He didn't say anything to me like, you're nuts then. But they weren't bothering him because he was not of the light, basically. So they don't want anything joyful or, in a space like this. So I found out later it was built on Indian burial ground. What a fun place. Floods, pipes breaking. I was like, my cats are in the basement, right? 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm hearing water running. I'm like, who's in my shower, right? Nobody. So I screamed to my daughter, I hear water running. I woke her up and I called my ex's friend 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, get over here. There was a big sewer cap in the basement, big round thing. You need a tool to get it off. A big man would have had to come. The water was gushing in from the street sewer. My cats are swimming in the basement. So he comes over and I'm not going to tell him, you know, the truth about it. I'm like, he goes, how'd this get off of here? You need a tool. I go, I don't know. I didn't tell him, that I knew what it was. I'm like, all right. So in the winter, we've had snow there. Where the pool was, you would see footprints just around the pool, going nowhere. And I thought, uh-huh. So after several years of this stuff going on, there was a lot. I get a phone call one night when I'm cleaning, and the guy says, you got to come down here and meet this guy. I said, I'm in the middle of cleaning, I take everything out of a room and I move it to another and clean it totally. And the house was a mess right then. So he convinced me to go down. I go down there, and the guy goes, we're going to your house. I'm like, no, you're not. He goes, yes, we are. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I said, well, I'm going home real fast. So I speed up my house, and they went to the store and got supplies. He comes in and he takes my friend and goes, all right, where are they? So I told him, I said, in my bedroom, in this hallway, and downstairs. I knew where the portal was. So he goes, well, we're going to do the whole house. They went in my bedroom. They dealt with those things in there. You heard them scream on the way out. He did the hall. He went down and closed that. He went outside, did the shed and all that stuff. Comes back in. He sat down. He ate chicken on my floor. He wouldn't sit on furniture. He sat on floor. And he introduced himself as like a guru from Africa. I'm like, thank you, God, universe, angels, uh, for my answer finally. So he showed me like how to do a deep dive house cleansing where you're not afraid, where you take the power, the reins over and get rid of them. So I'm like, all right, that's good. Um, so, I know I would feel that, right? Or I'd see them or hear them, whatever. No one needs to live like that, right? So I'm like, answer me. Why are they bugging me? Stuff. So that's where that started. And then, you know, I was on, telesummits or podcasts or radio shows, TV shows, sharing these stories. But not only that, the angel, I was going to take a test the next day, one of these nights, and I was tossing and turning all night long. My alarm was set for 7. The test was at 8. You know how that is. I couldn't sleep, so I'm saying, you know, in my mind, not out loud, in my mind, over and over and over, you got to put me to sleep. I got to get some sleep. I'll fail. So for 3 hours or more, and I said, that's it. I'm done. I can't stand it anymore. So I grabbed the blanket and I went to pull it up and get out of bed. And I heard the light switch click. like it had a microphone to it, so it gets your attention. And this light came down, but only in a square on me, not on my husband. And I looked, I said, what the heck, am I dying, right? That's my first thought. And this being started appearing and their head was in the ceiling. I'm like, whoa. And they're coming, and their hands were up big, huge. And I thought, what the heck? And I said in my mind, don't touch me. So it didn't touch me. It raised its hands over me and sprinkled what I would call these golden stars over me. And I was like, oh, wow. So I fell back in the bed and I closed my eyes and I heard click. So the light went out and I opened my eyes. It was pitch dark again. I go, okay. So I woke up 7 o'clock, fully energized. No more depression, no more fear. I was full of joy. I was full of radiance. I said to my mind, I passed my test. I went and took the test. I passed, like, whoa. So that was one of the big, bigger experiences. But I've had them come and, tell me, go here, go there, do this, do that. Somebody needs you. Write this letter, word for word. I mean, incredible stuff. Saved my life many times. Uh, it's just been incredible. So when I started to go deeper, I said, what is this? Feng Shui. I keep getting emails about Feng Shui. And I'm like, what the heck? It's Chinese, right? I thought Chinese. So I'm like, all right. So all of a sudden I'm saying, well, let's investigate it more. And I went into that deep dive into the Feng Shui. And I'm like, oh, that's about your house. Okay. And, they would say different things. I'm like, I got to take a course. So I didn't, listen to, YouTube videos and that kind of thing. I went for who's the masters, who are the masters of this, the real ones. And I studied all of them. And then I found the two that are real. And when they teach you, they really teach you. And if they had to come to your home, it would be $20,000 or more.
Wow. Are they
Okay.
Chinese? Do you
So,
mind sharing who they are, your master
um,
teachers?
they may be, they may be Chinese or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
um, or some of that descent. Um, but I'm just like, wow. And then they have these people that, you know, um, they will come online with me like I'm on with you
Mm-hmm.
and we'll study stuff, right? And I'm like, this is good. So we'll do that like every week. So I'm quite busy, diving even deeper into it. But you can't get the masters, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unless you pay a big price. So I said, oh, but what I did was I used my own knowledge as well. And then I said, okay, what else is there? And then I was led to these people and I'm like, all right, let's do that. Um, and now we're into period 9, right? Uh, so it's a fire energy and we can all feel it, all right? We
Mm-hmm.
can feel it. If you can't feel it, something's wrong with you. Your feelers are off, but
Yeah, I definitely
you're
want to
either getting
talk about that. So you want to talk about that now or later?
later. I just want to say that to everybody, you're not alone.
Okay.
The push you forward energy of fire, the wood dragon. So that's what they call it this year, the wood dragon. And I'm like, okay, I feel that. Um, but yeah, it's been a ride, and I said I'm in the universal school of learning, right? Like we all are, to get on your path. Because a lot of people are always asking, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
You'll know, all right, by the things you go through and the lessons that you're learning are, for your mission. So you're here on a mission. And if you get off your path, they'll get you back on, one way or another, and you'll learn. So this year is going to be the year for women to rise up, right? And take on their role that they're supposed to be doing. So that'll boost everybody up here today by this call, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting that same message this year and kicked off the year with I have like a special priestess it's like a priestess dream map, but it's not just cutting and pasting, images. It goes deep into an Akashic Records process. So, but the
Mm.
theme, is very much what you're right on point with here about the rising of, I say the priestess or goddess or the dragon or whatever word you want that relate to for you. But it is, the rise of the healers, the rise of women. It's all of it. And absolutely, this year is the year that I feel we're finding our new soul mission and dharma. And, I think your work is really important to help us to really get clear around that because of these environments that we are navigating through, these unseen energies. We feel them, right? We feel them, but we don't always know what is impacting me today. Like, where can I put my finger on it? So, I would love to hear more about house cleaning and self purification and how do these, relate to each other. And please teach and share with us maybe, some tips or whatever you feel is relevant for our audience.
Yeah, so well, some people are new, to the art of feng shui. Some have done some of it, some may be really, engaged in doing it. Um, so wherever we're at, it doesn't matter because it's all energy. Feng shui is the energy of wind and water, and you can't see the wind, but you can feel it, right? You not all the time can you see the water, but it's still flowing, right? So you can't live without air. You can't live without water. So feng shui is very important to every form of life. Now, in our home, all right, if the wind and the water isn't flowing, all right, one part of your life or more will not be flowing. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first thing we look at, right, if I came into your house and not knowing anything about the land or who lived there or whatever, I would go in your home and I could feel it anyway, but I would look for where is the clutter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got clutter. All right. It could be emotional clutter. That's the best one, right? And it could be physical clutter, right? So that can happen where you just start collecting something, it was grandma's or ma's or, whatever. I like these collections. I buy them up. All right. So where are they? Are they in the wrong spot? Number one. Is your furniture in the wrong room? Right? Is it set up wrong? Mm, this is fun. Are the colors wrong? Right? All right. So these are just the simple little things that anybody doing feng shui knows about, wrong room, wrong element. Yeah. Things like that happen. All right. Is your stove in the wrong spot? Mm-hmm. Is your sink in the wrong spot? Right? Is your toilet in the wrong spot? Okay. That's a big one right there. So here's one thing that happens. Some of those houses which are just big open space, you know what I mean? One big huge room type thing. All right, in the center of the house might be the toilet. All right, in the center, really, in the center of people's homes, they're on the line a lot. It's in the center, right? And I'm like, do you know what the center of your house is? No? All right, it's your health center. Where's your health right now? Right? So we have to work on that, how to remedy it, right? And I said, close the door, number one. Don't let that energy of the toilet come out, into your health sector. That's one of the health sectors. There's many. Um, Money corners, right? People have heard money corner. I got to set up my money corner. I'm like, that's one. You have many different ones because you're an individual. Each member in the house has one, right? Each room has one. What's in it? What's in your money corners? all right, especially for you as an individual, right? You need to learn where yours is specifically, right? And what's going on for this year in your corners, right? So with Feng Shui, you have like, personally, you have 4 good directions for you. And someone else has 4 good directions for them. You have 4 negative directions. So if you were not to know this stuff, right? And you were spending all your time in one of your negative sections, right? And not going in your good, high vibing sections for you, you would notice that too. That's another like thing that would happen to people. So the toilet being in the center of the house is not a good thing. All right. Years ago, if we remember, they had outhouses outside, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
where they should be, okay? Not in our home. They started bringing in the bathrooms. And now, where are the bathrooms? In the bedroom. All right. That's another to me. I go, I don't want it anywhere near my kitchen. I do have a relative with a bathroom in their kitchen. Ugh,
Mm.
all right. I got to eat here. So close the door. All right. That's my big tip today is close the bathroom door. All right. Free tip for everyone. All right. So you look at each part of your house. Now, when you're coming down your street, I always say this to people, drive down your street as if you were a home buyer. What house on your street, just looking at it, would you buy? Is it yours or one of the neighbors? Why? Figure it out, right? What's wrong with the energy of your home, right? So we got to look at the outside because energy comes from the outside in, right? And we're experiencing that now, every day, right? Every year we get
Mm-hmm.
new energy. Every month we get new energy. Um, so think about that, right? And all these people now want to move. They would, instead of doing that, right, and fearing of it, let's look at your home. Why do you want to get out of it, right? Because it's stuck energy, and the energy saying, "Get me out of here," not you. It, okay? So instead of running around wasting your, good energy and you're stressing out, going to pay a double rent again or whatever it is, look at your home with me, all right?
So
And
what
go
would you
through.
what would you say if we could go back for just a minute because this is great information.
Mhm,
Like I'm looking at the structure of where I'm renting and the bathroom is literally in the
mhm,
center of the house. And not
okay,
only is the bathroom in the center of the house, there's only one bathroom, but there's some kind of a structure where the sewage has to go from the house into the sewer built into
right,
part of the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, and on the other side of that
okay.
wall is my bedroom. And I'm thinking, is there something I can do to, um, you
If
know,
you, if your bed, if your bed, okay, the headboard is against the bathroom wall, move it.
it's not,
Okay, good. You should be all right now. The bathroom, I would close the door for now, right? Yeah,
uh-huh,
definitely close that door. Don't keep it open.
okay.
Um, and you're not alone. I've had many people, many people, condos, you name it, apartments, houses with, people stuck on their other side, whatever. I got that now. I got a tenant here and in my money corner, the main money corner of the house, clutter bug. Okay, so I know, right? And the universe did this to me. So they're like, now we want to see if you can feng shui this house. Now,
Mm,
it would take a master. It would take a master to come in here because basically I was put into a home and it's okay, but I was put into a home for the energy of the other. So I am like the West group, it's for an East group person. And they did it to
mm,
me so I could learn how to feng shui that. And then it has an apartment in my money corner, which I set up beautifully, right?
mm,
So now I'm like at the point where it's like that tenant in there, is not gonna stay there. That's what I'm saying now. Because I will clear this out, you know. I refuse to tolerate negative energy. Clutter
Mm,
out, okay?
mm-hmm.
Now we all have clutter, paperwork, you know, extra stuff in our home. And if you have a small apartment, all right, let's walk around your house right now, okay? So the front door, your front door is a mouth of chi. That's where all your good energy comes in. What's there? Do I have to come in your house and fall over shoes and backpacks and umbrellas and you know what I mean? You know, so that's another thing. If I'm coming to your house and I'm a bag of money, and just think about it, a bag of money wants to come to your house, right? Or a new job or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, whatever. They want to come to your door. Can they get in? Can that vibration get in? That's what we want to look at. Why not? All right, number one, we remove clutter. That's the first. Get it away from the door. All right, that's a good tip right there. So if I have to walk in your home and I'm a bag of money and I go, I'm leaving, I'm going next door. All right, you're going to be the person who's going, how come my neighbor's got 4 cars and they don't even work, you know? Gee, their chi is good. Go over there and visit and see their chi, okay? The chi is energy. All right, what's going on? You know, is their house clean on the outside? Well, this is an apartment. I don't care. Sweep, okay? Clean out the front of your house. Wash the door. Wash your windows. All right, that's the thing, right? I am the energy that's got to live here, right? You're marinating in it now, right? Do you want to marinate in that stuff or do you want to marinate in that higher vibration? So I'm constantly on my own back saying, move that thing. Stop procrastinating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
So
we
that's
all
great.
procrastinate
We
about
all kind of
clutter.
do that. Yeah. So what if we, it sounds like it feels like better that if you have like a storage base, let's say you have a basement in your home and you have it storage in there, boxes or whatever, or let's say you have another closet in your room that you have stuff stored in. Is that okay to have that, or is it depending on the position of that room, or should we just take all that stuff and take it to like an outside storage place out of our home?
No, what I suggest is if it's just say you have an attic or a basement, right? Ah, that's gonna take some people time, hoarders. Okay, you ever see the show Hoarders? Okay, we don't want to be that. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at, if you're gonna keep your clutter, we'll call it clutter, because we'll always have a box of clutter or 15 bins of it. Don't put it under your bed, okay? And if it's underneath you when you're sleeping, no. If it's above you when you're sleeping, no. Make sure it is not lined up with your bed, your clutter piles in your attic or cellar, right? Because if it is, you're going to have a cluttered mind, cluttered life. All right. So sometimes we don't want to go and rent spaces like, storage houses to store our junk. If it's in a box or in a bin, how long has it been there? Right? A year, 2, 3, 10. Do you need it? No. How long are you gonna keep that? I don't know. Why are you keeping it? So ask yourself, like, do I need this? Why? When's the last time I used it? And when am I going to use it? Am I planning on using this? Whose was it? So is it negative memories? Right? So think about that. That's another thing, right? And what energy is it holding, right? And it's an attachment. It's an attachment, right? I got an attachment to this stuff. Right? I gotta have these shoes. I gotta keep them clothes. A lot of people keep their old clothes, old shoes. They represent your past. Your energy or your past is stuck in that stuff. Maybe that'll get you up motivated today. to cock-a-doodle-doo yourself, everybody. I'm
Yeah,
talking
cock-a-doodle-doo.
to, a rooster.
A rooster, a rooster. So what about like family photos? I mean, that's one of the things that
Mm,
I have downsized many times, and I have given
mhm.
away stuff, lots of clothes and things that I just wanted because I knew they represented the past. And, I've really scaled down, but I still have some boxes of like my daughter's photos or family photos of parents and, maybe think,
Yeah.
stuff like that, kind of like memories,
Well,
what do you,
that stuff is fine.
okay.
That stuff is fine because we all want to, treasure that, right? Because we can't get it back, but we can look at it and laugh. And, if it brings you down, don't look at it so often. But if it brings you joy and you could share
Mhm,
it with company or family members, go, hey, remember this day we did that? No, well, here it is, and then it reminds them. Things like that is good,
mhm.
But I'm talking about your old shoes and your old clothes and old relationship junk, Oh, they wrote me a love letter 15 years ago. Yeah. Get rid of it, sweetheart. Why can't I get a new relationship? Gee, don't let me in your closet, okay? So, sometimes we
Uh,
need a kick in the butt. We need a kick in the butt, all of us. Um, you know, and you can easily, all right, easily take a box of that clutter what I did in here, okay, because I had a bunch of stuff. When I moved in, I couldn't get everything done. There was so much chaos going on. Um, and I lost my sister. So I just moved down here. I wasn't even here a month. I had to run back where I used to live, spend a month and a half there. I came back here. There was more problem. Blah, 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 getting on summits every week, this, that. So this one room, the closet had a bunch of my daughter's stuff in there and bins. And the electricians came recently, and boy, they make a mess because there's a box in that closet they have to get to. They took everything out. It weighs a ton. Put it on the floor in piles up to the ceiling, basically. I have to get in there. So what I did was I took one bin, I pulled it out of that room, I dragged it to the front door and outside, right? I said, okay, I'm gonna sit outside with the garbage can right here and dump it in there. I didn't work in that room because when I go in that room, now that they cluttered it like that, I'm like, ugh. And you know what I'm talking about. If you had a room, a bedroom, just say, and you close the door and you never go in there. Why? Because when you do, you open the door, there's clutter or something in there. You go, ugh. Your whole vibe goes down, right? Where there's clutter, your vibe goes down. Your house may be doing this, right? It's got a high end, so you're like, I'm spending time over here. I hate that end. Why? Let's deal with that. When we deal with that, when you make the choice to deal with that part of the home or the life, parts of your life, emotional garbage, whatever's going on, physical people, right? Um, when you deal with that, your whole house starts to level out. Your life begins to flow, right? That's where we're flowing. And you're sitting here going, how come, I can't get a job? What's in your house? You know, how come, right? I get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they stay for a week and they're gone. Huh?
mhm.
Something's going on. It's not only belief systems, but the house itself, what you've
Wow.
brought in there,
Wow.
right? How it's
Exactly.
set up.
Mm,
Is it set up for you? Is it set up for love? Is it set up for a job, right? Is it set up for your home office, for you, right? So, yeah, so there's a lot of this stuff we go through, and wow, it's a lot of training, you know. But
mm.
I'm good at teaching too, so what I do is I break it down to easy things. So you get the picture, right? No matter who you are when
Yeah,
I'm
I think
talking,
you
because I'm like,
breaking it down into really practical, steps that any of us can do and follow. You've made it very clear and very easy to do. I would love to shift into maybe talking about some of the signs that you have negative stagnant energy or entities
"Mm,
and the reasons that you're drawn into your home space, because I think we probably all have had this from time to time. and we've probably have all learned about this, but
Yeah.
could you share with us, you know, again about how we can recognize these signs and what we can do about it?
Yeah, well, the first thing you will know, you'll say, something's not right, right? Why does this keep happening to me? Right? Or you're always sad, depressed, angry, fighting in your house, losing stuff, whatever. Things are moving around. We have that too. You put your keys down, they're not there. Huh? That's a sign. All right. Lights are going on and off. Boom. You're being woken up by real ghosts and spirits, or some houses have you know, they're built on these lands, like mine was, where there was things that happen on the land, and you don't know. There's energy all the time running through the land, the atmosphere, the home, things like that. But most homes, if they're dark, right? If it's dark and depressing, that draws in negative energy. So a house that has been just sitting somewhere empty for years, we would, as children, say, don't go there, that's a haunted house. We all knew it. We all knew it, right? Don't go there, it's scary. Or we'd all go there and, fool around, whatever, and then run because it was dark and eerie. Like I was talking about, a bedroom, a closet, an attic, a basement, even a shed, you know, it's closed up with clutter. Uh, and the entities, I'm going to be nice and call them entities, or a ghost. I could call them what they really are, but anyway, we'll go with the nice energy here of the word. They go in that clutter. So that's why when you go to that room, you're like, ew, your spirit knows, ew, right? And it procrastinates, and the entities are going, get out of here, don't clean us, don't move us, right? So that's one of the things. So I turn on music, that's dance music, and I just go to town. I'm like, you're leaving. So you can take a drunk, like a junk drawer
Hmm.
and pull it out and put everything on the floor or whatever, and a garbage can right next to you, and go, do I need these receipts? How about these magnets? You know, how about these, things that are in this drawer? Do I need them? How long has it been since I opened this drawer? You know, just things like that. Your closet, under your bed should have nothing under it. It should have energy flowing so you can rest in peace, peaceful night's sleep. It's your sanctuary, right? So think about your house now as a castle, and you're the queen or the king. Would a queen or king live in this clutter?
No.
Would they live in this emotional state? No. Well, you can't help it. If all you look at is black, dingy, dark, ripped, torn, dirty, run down, and your phone calls are all that same, complaining, you know, or you open your mouth and it's all negative, that's a sign. And a big sign also is your money, right? It comes in, out it goes. It's just like going down the toilet, right? Losses, constant losses, sadness, grief, lonely. That's where you know that there is entity activity, all right? There's nothing wrong with you, all right? They are bugging you. They want your joy. And if you don't get in a community like this and share, right? Share on this weekly or whatever, get into a good, high vibing, positive community
Hmm.
right now, especially now. Join somewhere, right? Play your dance music, right? Shut off the news. Don't talk to those negative people anymore. Cut them off. We have to. Keep your vibe high. You are the, queen in your home. You want a better life, make a choice. Once you make that choice that you deserve a better life and you're going to have a better life, the universe shifts you into a higher vibration, and your life shifts. Change is what you need, and your mind will be afraid of that change. We don't want to be afraid of change, right? You don't want to be afraid to get rid of that chair, we'll say, right? I never sit in it. It's just sitting there, in case somebody comes over, right? Move it, get rid of it, and you'll see a difference. You got to make space, right? You got to make
Absolutely.
space.
It's so true what you're saying, and absolutely true. So each time I've moved, I would downsize and it would free up more space. And it'd free up space for the new to
Mhm.
come in, right? The new energy to come in, the higher level energy, the higher vibrational energy, which would give me energy and space to create something new, right? And it's
Yeah,
totally true what you're saying. And even just going and like giving a few clothes away, like I had this sort of like internal rule that so I wouldn't buy clothes, because I used to love to buy a lot of clothes since I was a teenager. And so I would say, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. What I'm going to do is if I'm going to buy one thing, I have to give away two things out of my closet at least. And so that way,
that's a good thing. Yeah,
yeah, and that way it was like I'm not, because, I really want to only buy something that I really, really want, not, something that just to be buying something kind of thing. And it really works, and then you really appreciate that, right? And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel vibrational. So, and sometimes we want to change our wardrobe, right? We've changed our lives. We have a new look. We have a newer, deeper understanding of who we are, than we were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or whenever. So it's really fun. It's really fun to do. And I love what you said about putting on dance music, getting high vibration, and inviting those lower energies to bye bye. Now, I do want to ask you about
exactly.
house blessing from a feng shui point of view, about blessing a house, blessing the land, any ceremonies that you would do, or even like, regular saging or Palo Santo, or what are some of your thoughts around that?
All right. Well, there's, a lot. What I say, most people sage, right?
Hmm.
Or they talk about smudging. Okay. So saging is great, right? Um, but when I look at saging, it's smoke, right? With a scent. All right. And we walk through our home with that, right? We're clearing energy. We're all taught this. And I'm saying, okay, so we're clearing maybe the air. Maybe there's stagnant air. That's what that does. It'll clear the stagnant air, right? And then, I'm saying, well, the air might be clean, but what about the emotional energy, right? We got to
Hmm.
clear that. What about the old energy? Now think about this. All right, you're a kid, you grow up, you get a home, you get an apartment, whatever. That apartment has energy in it, already left there from who knows who. Were they fighting in there? Were they sick in there? Did they have, income in there? Did they get a divorce? You don't know. I'm just happy to move, right? We all get happy to move. Okay. Happy. All right. Especially get out of your house as you're a kid, right? We want to move out and be an adult. So we're all excited we move. We don't know. We party in there, whatever we do. So you are bringing in your energy, your beliefs, your feelings, your thoughts, and all your stuff. All right. It could be new stuff, moving in, but there's still the land, right? The people that put the house there, the builders, the plumber, the electrician, the roofers, every one of them. All right. Plus the old tenant, the landlords, whatever, is all there. Who lived there 10 million years ago? What were they doing? Right? What was done on that land? So all this takes into effect. So you move in and you're feeling good and won't be long. If it's negative, Nancy lives there. It will show up. things will break, you know, rocky road, I call it. Night of the soul, a lot of people call this. I'm having a night of a soul. Really? Let's put some light on that thing. Okay, I'm just like into the opposite, into my joy field, okay? So I don't like negativity. I don't like negative conversations. You'll get to learn that. Uh, I told people to shut up, right? And let's change your story by changing your words. And your ego mind's like, what's this good stuff? Where are you getting that from? Don't listen to her. They want that old, old story. My mother said this. My father told me. Good. How's that working for you? So, in your new home, new apartment, you know, if it's not set up right, you're going to know because stagnancy will come in, right? You might get aches and pains. You might suddenly get ill, right?
Mhm.
What's going on? Then they run to me. They come to me and ask what's going on. So I help them with that, all right, to the best of my ability.
Right.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
there's a lot that can, be great in a home, right? If you're a feeler, you'll feel before you move in. You'll say, not that house. But you know what? I didn't share this and I want to. Every home has a guardian, every house, every building. So
Mhm.
people get mad when they don't get the apartment or they don't get the house. That guardian in that house is only welcoming in a certain energy into it, what it's used to
Mhm.
and what its mission is, right? So one house might be for people that want to have a family. One house might be for doctors. It's really wild what I learned.
That's
So don't get
totally,
mad when they pass you up,
yeah, that's
right?
totally
If you're
true.
going to get an apartment,
Yep.
right?
That's totally
Just
true.
just say,
Absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
because you
And
can
instead of,
actually, the house has a numbers, like you can get the numbers of the house. You can look
yeah.
at, for the energy clues. You can actually open the Akashic
Hmm.
records, and I don't know if you work with that as well, but all of these things are really just looking at the energy, right? And reading the energy and knowing how to work with the energy to, to bring you joy, to bring it's your soul sanctuary, right? It's where you want to have a peaceful,
Yeah.
loving environment, and giving that to yourself where you can be yourself, be authentically you. So I love all these wonderful tips that you're sharing. And I just want to take a minute here um for anyone who'd like to type in any questions for Marlena, and she'll be taking your questions today.
Okay.
And um, I didn't know if we were going to do a process or not, but I do want to have time to get to your special offer and also to get to talking about this transformative energies of period 9 as well.
Yes.
So, would you like to
Yeah. So
share
let
with
me
us?
let me cover let me cover the nine.
Okay,
Um,
okay,
the nine energy. All right, so
okay, great.
we're in like we were talking about of you know, the dragon energy, right? The wood dragon. That's the energy of fire. Move forward, all right? Leave the past behind, basically. So that's the energy. It's coming in quick, coming in strong. So we're gonna feel it. So when that energy comes in, right, to you, it's touching everybody right now. There's fighting, you see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear about it. It's war out there. People are hurting each other, and so stay out of that, number one. But when it comes at you, you're gonna want to have a remedy, you know? Um, so after we share the offer, yeah, we'll go into the grounding, right? Number thing. So I thought about that. I'm like, yeah, we need to do some of that grounding. Everybody thinks about, oh, I got to go out and on the land and I got to ground, you can ground anywhere you are. Um, that's a thing, but I wanted to like let you know that this energy here is kind of fierce. It's fierce. A dragon, right? They breathe out fire. So when they breathe on you, you're going to know it. They're going to show you where you're weak. All right. So it could be in your body, right? if you had an incident, an injury or whatever, that's gonna be, wow, ow, all of a sudden, why, Yeah, so that's where we want to focus on. So it could be in your job, relationships. Be careful of your relationships this year, protect them. All right. Love each other. Let them scream, let them yell. Don't participate is my thing. Let them vent, love them where they're at. Okay. Um, yeah, just think about a fiery dragon coming to breathe on you and say, move forward now, because that's what it's doing. That's what energy really. It's saying you've been sitting in that puddle of garbage for as long as you've been here.
Mm.
Get out of it and get moving. And so you're going to be pushed and your emotions are going to come up and it's going to be, I already cleared that. Really? How come it's coming up again? That's what I work with. I work with people going, let's get to the root of it. Right? Yeah. Or I'm a healer and I can heal. Go ahead. I love it. If you can heal that thing, go ahead and help us out. We need you. It's not like we're gonna fight with you and argue. You gotta get in here and use it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Don't waste it,
Absolutely.
right?
No, don't
Yeah,
waste it.
don't be wasting it. Mm-mm. I don't know. I've been connecting with people. They've been reaching out to me and going, can you come on? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So, when I read into my energy this year, I'm supposed to be on podcast. I'm supposed to be doing feng shui and I'm supposed to be, doing energy healing. I said, I can combine it all. I'm ready to go. I'm multi-gifted, so I can do it. Now, today there are people, listening in, and there'll be people listening in after, and they're getting a lot of good vibes right now. They're getting energy, they're getting knowledge, coming on, off,
Absolutely.
it's great, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Yes.
yeah.
So what
So do
is
you have
this?
like any
Well,
questions, Laura?
what is the period 9 exactly mean? Is that what is that? Because this is a 8 year for 2024. Is
Yeah,
it?
that's the numerology 8, right?
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
That's that's what they're saying, 8 year, but with the feng shui, it's a 9 year. So we will be in this period of the fire element for 20 years. So if you're 50, it'll end when you're 70, just an example,
Hmm.
okay? So we're going into robots, AI, more of that, all right? So we're gonna have to shift into this. You're not gonna want to be left behind, right? So rising up women, where we were put down for umpteen years. So when we're in the period 9, all right, we'll just say it's the ending, right? The ending of something, new beginning. The next period, of course, in 20 years will be period 1. We start the cycle all over. So right now, that pink color behind you, the pink color you're wearing, is the energy of fire, right?
Hmm.
Most people associate that with love, it's the fire energy amped up behind you. That's seriously. It's saying it's time for you to get out there and talk again. And that's exactly what you started doing. You just shared. I'm like, see? And last year I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I was building my website already and shifting and changing and, getting off certain things. And I'm like, wow. And then when I went deep and I had my different consult, they're like, oh, you need to do metaphysical. I'm like, okay, which metaphysical? Because there's many. Feng Shui, I went, oh, I'm already doing it. This is great. So you're already going in it. You're already in it. You're in the flow. If you get stuck, come and get some support. So you're not stuck, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and let's talk a little bit about that and go into how you've helped your clients, how you've helped
Mm,
them with their office space, their home space. What are some of the results your clients have experienced while working with you? Maybe a few examples for our audience so they can have an understanding of how you use your knowledge and expertise to help them. And then we can go maybe into your special offer next after that. How does that sound?
Okay,
Okay, cool.
great. Well, I'll do these quick as possible. Okay. I had a client who lost her job during the thing. I'm not gonna say the word we just went through. Okay, and she gets a hold of me and says she, you know, lost her job and she's crying. I said, calm down, let's go. What are you good at? Right? Not what you were doing, what are you good at? So she gave me the gifts of what she wants to do, what she's great at. I go, okay. So you're good at caretaking, let's go. So I told her where to apply, you know. So she ended up getting hired as like a home health aide. She gets a nice lady. The lady's able to do things, you know, on her own and stuff. So, you know, I'm like, that's awesome. So, maybe a month or so, if that, I get a phone call, you know, where she's saying the lady's legs gave out, very painful, whatever was going on. I'm like, all right. Uh, so she brought her doctor. Doctor put her in one of those chairs, you know, and said, now you're going to be stuck in there for the rest of your life. And she's like, now I got to move in with her. What am I going to do at my apartment? And this and that. I'm like, oh. So I said, if you look at it like that, you get stressed because I just did by even speaking about it again. It's stressful. So anyway, she you know, was going on and saying, I gotta wait for her daughter, you know, get here, the insurance company, because I guess there was some kind of flooding there, you know, all that stuff always hits, right? So I'm like, okay, what are we waiting for? I said, her daughter doesn't care, apparently, because you called her, you know, 3 weeks ago and nothing, you know, the insurance guy's gonna take his time, whatever. I said, now, I am gonna guarantee you that there is a pile of clutter in this part of the home. And so I want you to get a compass or whatever and get back to me and let me know. Yes, it was there. It was all the stuff from the flood. I said, all right, let's move it, get it out into the garage at least, get it out of the house. So she put it in the garage. And I'm like, all right, great. I get a call 2 hours later. She's ecstatic, screaming. I'm like, what is, you know, who is this and what? And she tells me, you won't believe it. What? The lady just got up out of her chair and walked across the room. That's clutter. That's clutter. All right. That's something that clutter can do to people. Okay. So, where it is in your life too. Okay. So anyway, there was a guy who calls me at midnight, lives in a condo. He's the second one at the top, right from the end. He has two dogs. The big dog started getting attacked. All right. You got to share all the energy, number one, right? And everything else going on. So he says one dog was healthy, had a baby. Now it's sick and it passed away. Now the baby's showing the same signs. I said, let's stop that. So I gave him remedies. We did cleansing. And then he got the downloads I gave him. They're in the package today. He played them. The dog came back to life, right? It was on its way dying. Doctors couldn't find a thing wrong with the one that passed away. I know what it was. It was, you know, entities attacking it and him. And then he went outside a few days later. The other one of the people his friends with, he said, wow, you feel the energy shift here? He said, yeah. And he didn't tell him, you know, at first. And he said, this is the first night, man, I ever slept in this place. So his tenant, the next guy over, you know, his friend, felt it too, the
Mm.
shift when we shifted that energy. So it can clear a condo, it can save a dog's life. Um, so I said, okay, this feng shui saved a dog's life. It made a lady walk across the room. It changed my life. It changed thousands of people's lives. Dead plants came to life in a dark, dingy office. The lady was working there playing my MP3s in her purse. The other people said, since you started working here, we feel different. It's better in here. What are you doing? She starts giggling. Then she shared with them, I'm playing these MP3s. And they're like, look at the dead plants over there. They never get watered. They never get sunlight. And they're coming back to life. So just from the music, right? No sun, no water, right? I'm like, oh, amazing. So I'm like,
Wow.
wow.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
there's a
Thank
lot
you.
of different stories.
Those are
Yeah, a
great
lot.
stories.
Hmm.
Those are great stories. Thank you for sharing. So I'm just going to try to pull up your special offer for people to see. And give me here just a second. And while I'm doing that, do you want to talk about your free gift angel feng shui gift while I'm hopefully going to
Yes.
pull up this special offer real quick here?
Yeah. Well, the link is up above all the phone numbers, I think, for the free gift. I'm not sure. But it's there. And what I put there for the free gift today, you can play it over and over. It is a soundtrack that my friend and I created because we were working together. He had a sound machine, so it was so powerful. If you made a little sound, if you moved your body, it picked up on it. Um, so that's in this package. But the free gift, you can play it, and it will start to clear stagnant energy in your space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing it the other night and it felt better in here, lighter. Yeah, so that's good. Now for today, the offer that I put together is for everybody, no matter what level you're at. So the beginner's course is here. Um, what I did was I put together um, like 6 videos that I broke down to every sector of the home. So the first one we want to train people if they don't know the real Bagua map layout of your home and office, right? And then the second thing was I'm giving everybody a chart of the feng shui elements and the cycles so that you know about different elements like fire, water, things like that. The element of earth is very important, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we need to learn that in the cycles, if they burn each other out, if they're, invigorating one another in your home, right? That's important to learn. And then everybody wants to know what each zodiac sign should know, okay? Everybody loves to turn on those horoscopes or whatever. So there you go. You don't need to go to a card reader. And then setting up your money corner, very important, right? Setting up your health and vitality sectors, setting up your love and romance sector. Now, I want to speak about romance is also friendships. It's acquaintances. It's your work, okay? Because romance is relationships. It doesn't always have to be romance. But if your marriage seems stale, there you go. All right. And then included in this, I put in 2 house cleansing recorded sessions. Okay. The first one, um, the feng shui cleansing gift, you can play that anywhere. Okay. Like the lady was bringing it with her to work, bring it in a hotel, wherever you go, where you want to clear the energy before you stay in a hotel. You have
Mm-hmm.
a party in your house, turn it on, right? Real low. They won't know what's going on. They'll think it's music they're hearing. And then the second one is very, very powerful and potent. You want to play that in your space. And you can go out, just let it play. Um, that one there is really strong. That one cuts through entities, whatever we want to call them, all right, gets rid of all that energy, all right, clears the land, the furniture, belongings, all that.
Mm-hmm.
That second one is just amazing. Then I put in my tips for do's and don'ts, all right, and my advice, okay? The
Okay.
testimonials, of course, are under there. There's more, but my do's and don'ts of you know, things you should do in your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things you shouldn't have in your house, right? There's certain items in your house right now that you should not have in there.
Okay.
And
Right.
you wouldn't believe some of them, right? So here's a good one too, a real estate agent. All right, 7 years her house was on the market. Every other house was listed and it was selling. Her husband moved out. He said, I can't take the energy in this house. So he bought another house and said, as soon as you sell this, we'll get back together. What was her goal? To sell that house. So she heard me on a summit. She gets a hold of me and goes, I don't know what's going on. I said, let's see. So I had her send me her photos and everything because she didn't work with video. And the minute I saw the first photo, I said, there it is. So I called her back and I said, this is what you need to do. So she took immediate action and got rid of the things that I told her. And she showed me the photos of the men there and this and that. And her house sold in 7 days. 7 years on the market, 7 days. So this is the thing, you know, if you can just do something for yourself, right?
Hmm.
Do it. If you can learn something deeper, right? Learn from a
Yes,
master, right?
absolutely. Learn from a
Don't just
master.
listen to anybody. Don't listen to anybody, you know, that's telling you, you know, oh, just buy, you know, this trinket. That'll help you. Hello? Yeah, the trinket might help after we clear the emotion, you know, the trauma from going through this thing, you
Right.
know, the patterns that we're going through. It's sad, you know.
All
And
right.
I know myself and you know yourself, patterns are awful. They keep coming back and you can't get rid of them,
Right.
right? It's like you throw out the garbage and it comes back in the door, get out, you know? I already cleared that. But it's stuck in your vibration, in your aura, you know, in your DNA. It could be stuck in the house. You might be healthy as a
Absolutely.
horse. Here's a good one, hon. I had a person move into a home, right? And maybe a month or so goes by and they're craving beer. They're like, oh, I hate beer. I said, who do you think lived there before you?
There you
So,
go.
you know, we gotta, right? We gotta get rid of that beer
That's
drinking
right.
thing.
Just
So
kind of
we
like,
did
yeah,
that. Yeah.
exactly. So to purchase Marlena's
Hmm.
special offer, I do have the Stripe link up here. It's also in the chat box here as well. And or you can scan this huge, I don't know, someone you can take a picture of it, scan this huge QR code. It's so huge. I'm like, how in the world? You can
I love it.
take a picture of this QR code and that will take you to the link to purchase Marlena's special offer, which is only $97. And I think, wow, this is a high value for $97, Marlena. Thank you so much because it's
You're welcome.
a generous offer that you're giving us the tips, you're giving us how the basics, you're giving us those two powerful audios to use. And yeah, so that's something to consider, everyone, if you want to start to learn how to work with the feng shui energies and just consider this offer today. And we appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead now and stop the share and I'll come back over into our Zoom room. And so
Wonderful.
if anyone does have any questions, I know a couple people had to pop off because they had to go. But let me check on the
That's all
comments
right.
page on Facebook here. And while I'm doing that, did you want to take us, you said, through a grounding process, did you say?
Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah. And
Okay.
I don't know if you're gonna hear this, but let me know if you hear this.
Okay.
Are you able to hear that sound bowl or no?
No.
Okay, good. That's what I'm checking. Sometimes
Okay.
on Zoom it does, it don't, but
Yeah, it's
all right,
kind of a
that's okay.
tricky. Hmm.
But yep, but that's okay. I don't know how to work with Zoom yet, so that'll be another learning course.
Okay.
So everyone listening now, no matter where you are, including your animals, because they love this energy. All right. If you can, place your feet on the floor so they are just there comfortably. Okay. I love this. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get grounded. All right, in 24 karat gold energy. I love working with gold. All right. So on the bottom of everybody's feet in the center bottom are chakras. Okay. So what I say is we open the doors underneath your feet in the bottom center and we drop out the grounding cords going down into Mother Earth, into the Earth Star chakra of the Earth. We're going to drop it way, 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 way deep, deep, deep down, picturing, you know, plugs going down. And we're going to see the plug in. And we're going to plug that in for you right now. We're going to plug everybody's feet right in. And now all around the bottom of our feet is this really warm gold, just molten lava feeling. and it's just starting to fill up. It's filling up right now and going over your feet and just clearing your feet right now from all the places you ever traveled in your life. And let's just allow that energy to soothe and comfort those feet muscles, toes and ligaments and joints. Ah, and just soothe those tired feet, those achy feet, those feet that got stuck in the mud. Let's clear all that right now. I'm calling in the angels and guides associated with each and every one of you to come in and support you right now. They got your back. They're gently massaging your shoulders as I'm doing this. You may or may not feel it yet, but you will. The gentle, loving touch from an angel is coming to you right now and just running down your spine, aligning your energy. Wow, from the root chakra right up to the crown and beyond, plugging you into the universe as well. Ah, allowing your feet to just be in that warm, molten lava energy, 24 karat gold energy. The angels are coming and stirring it up into a figure 8, the infinity symbol going around your feet. You can visualize that happening as they are using their beautiful energy to swirl that vibrant, healing energy going up around your ankles now and into your shins and through all the muscles, all those tired, achy muscles. And maybe you had a broken bone. Let that healing go through all them areas right now and up to your knees. And you are supported now. Figure 8 go around the knees as well. All around the knees, balancing them in. Balancing 24 karat gold going up through the thighs and into the hips where you feel supported and straightening out that energy right now. If they are unsupported, the energy will have them tilted and block off the flow. So let's clear all that while we're right here and bring that energy of 24 karat gold right up into the digestive system and up into the heart and the throat. Clearing that right now, clearing out everything that has to do with digesting life easily. Getting grounded, even deeper grounded into Mother Earth. Grounded, pulling up your energy, pulling back your energy, pulling it back up from Mother Earth into your being right now. Pull it right up through your entire legs into your hips and allow it to swirl where it needs to swirl and continue working on you. Flowing energy going up into your throat chakra, opening the throat to speak your truth, your yes or no, going up over your face and bringing back your goddess glow into your face and your hair starting to feel glow right now. Your energy is glowing up. It's going up over the crown into the universe right now and it all into your aura. I'm asking angels right now to pour out buckets of 24 karat gold into our auric field right now, filling it up with golden light frequencies, healing frequencies. Yay, back into God source energy right now. Yes, 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 yes. And increase ever flow, clearing all dings that were in the aura, all dents, all holes, sealing them up right now and healing them up right now. Aches and pains in the body, find your way out now. Fear, find your way out now. There's no room for you here. Yeah, somebody's in distress right now, fearful of what is going to happen in the future. Anxiety, let's clear anxiety now too on all levels, for all reasons. Clear it now and give that loving person a clear mind. They were out of balance, they were out of the body. We'll put them back in the body right now, dear one. Right now, fully back in. Guard your backs, everyone. Yeah, so let that energy continue on and on and on until it is complete for each and every one individually. Thank you, and so it is. Woo, that's powerful.
All right. Thank you so much for that beautiful,
Wow.
powerful meditation. I could feel that very, very deeply. It's very, very deep and very complete. And thank you, thank you, thank you for raising our vibration today with that, Marlena. So with that, I would like to invite anyone who would have a question. You can raise your hand or type in the chat box for Marlena. And I'm just going to check on the live stream here before, as we're bringing our call to a close today. Marlena, did you have anything else? Any final words of wisdom to share with us before we close our call today?
Yeah. Um, yeah, so you choose, we deliver. That's what the universe is saying to you. You choose. You make a choice today to be stuck or to grab the special offer, basically. Because they want to deliver what you've been asking for and more than that. It's not just about clutter, you know, there's a deeper thing. And if we get our homes set up right, oh, amazing things happen. And sometimes it's in an hour, like that lady, it took her two to get out of a chair. The doctors
Mm-hmm.
must be stunned. They must be stunned right now.
I'm sure they
I
are.
love
Oh,
to stun them.
absolutely. But you know, I'm not stunned
Um,
because these are the magic and miracles that are our birthright as divine human creators, that we all have the ability, whatever our specialty, our expertise, we all have a special gift to share with the world, is the way I see it. And so I just want to take a moment to thank you, Marlena, so much for taking the time today to share your beautiful goddess wisdom with us, your love, your courage, about your story, how you've overcome
mm,
so many obstacles, how you have you have had the fortitude and the courage and the love to go this pathway and to go the distance and to learn about Feng Shui and bring this beautiful gift to us today. I want to thank you so much. I am so super grateful for you and your expertise and sharing with us. And to our audience today, I want to thank my audience. Thank you, whether you listen to this call live today or on the replay. And I would highly encourage for you to check out Marlena's special offer. And because I feel like you can receive tenfold, a hundredfold, a thousandfold back. That's what the guides are giving me. They are really are. My body
mm.
is going with crazy chills right now. And you can receive so much back from this beautiful offer. So gift yourself to receive it because it's the feminine that receives. So allow the feminine and within you, whether you're a woman or a man,
Yeah.
consider receiving, because it's time for us to receive, beautiful souls. It's time for us to really step into
So
more joy, more magic, more miracles, more love. We just have to say yes, and the doors are going to open, right, Marlena?
you got that right. Because, I could have sat there and cried and just gave up,
Yeah, I
and I'm
understand.
like, wow.
I
When
understand.
you
I
see
mhm.
when you see the stuff, when you see the stuff that they brought me through, I didn't even share half of it, but I'll tell you, I'm still alive, which is a crazy miracle, one after another. They did miracles and stunned doctors and stunned my family, and it's done me once or twice, but now I'm just like, okay, what's next, Um, and they'll bring it, And if I say
Absolutely.
enough right now, or whatever, they'll stop, and give me a
Beautiful.
break. And
Give you a break.
they
They
know,
know.
right? Give me a break. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sometimes we need a breakthrough.
Yes, that's so
We need a
true.
breakthrough,
We need a
everyone.
breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yes,
So, mhm.
very
And
true.
those chills that you feel, the chills that you feel are like they're giving you energy back that was being put out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
it's draining energy, draining everybody. So when you feel the chills or the heat or something like that, that's like the angels coming and giving you back parts of that which were being taken out, or they're clearing something off of us.
Hmm.
So don't get
Beautiful.
stunned if all of a sudden you get an energy like that, or you're sitting down and all of a sudden you get this beautiful funny song in your head. Let it flow, because that's what we need. We need more fun and joy. So let's have
Absolutely.
that.
Let's have it. So you can, and I'll
Yeah.
post this once we get the replay done, I'll be posting the replay and of course sending it out. And you can also learn more about Marlena's work if you go to www.mjfengsshui.com. And I'll post that also with the replay so that people can come and visit your website, Marlena, learn more about your work. And yeah, and also get your free gift that you so generously shared with us today, the link for that
Yes,
as well, and get started with and bringing in and receiving more love and more light, more joy into your life. This is why we came, is what I believe, to here to shine our light, our priestess
exactly.
light. And
Yes,
it's time for us to receive our birthrights, and which is the joy and the fruits of the spirit, I call it. So thank you so
yeah,
much.
I like that.
Yeah, don't you like that? I like that too. Mother Mary shared
Yes,
that with me.
yes,
So it's time,
yes.
beautiful souls. And, if you need support, please reach out, and you don't have to do this alone. There are many, many healers, many beautiful souls like Marlena here today who can help you on your journey. So just reach out and know that you are unconditionally loved, please, and know that in your heart. And so I will, on that note, thank you and namaste until next time for joining us on the Goddess Groove Radio. Be well and be blessed, and much love to you. Bye bye for now.